All right, so it's been a while since I've done a project down here. I've just been so dag-gummed busy, but I figured I would show you guys what I'm working on right now. I need a small dummy load. I have been dying to try one of these surface mount jobbers, and this is a real RF one, surface mount. And so I've had this old Dynatron 50 since I was like 13 or 14. I can't remember. It's been a long time. Yeah, I know. It was the 70s. By the way, that Dynamo tape does not want to come off. They don't make that kind of or quality tape anymore. Anyway, so this is a little one pill that's blowed up real good. And to be quite honest with you, I don't really need a one pill, but what I would do if I did need a one pill, I would have three made, whip me up a little one pill and put in this little Dynatron heatsink. So I broke one of my rules and I threw away a box of heat sinks that I had when I moved from Washington to Utah, and I just don't have any heat sink left. So I thought, look, I got a blown up amp that's really no good except for those little golden parts there. And I'm thinking, why don't I just utilize the heat sink? So I've got little mounting holes there, so I'm going to be able to mount this up underneath the bench. All right, cool. Slight design flaw. Look, that's the top of the amp. And this here's the bottom. Anyway, well, whatever. I just don't want to drill this out. So, anyway. I'm literally like, I think that counter has a maximum of 250 watts input. I don't know. Anyway, this is going to be just for the small side. So this is the high power side. But I've drilled out some holes. They're threaded. I've got some matching screws here. So I'm going to start. I just found some old baby poop laying around. So we're going to put some spuds in there. And we'll do that. The heat compound. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why we called it baby poop. One of my technicians, I think it was Kenny, used to call that stuff baby poop. So anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put the resistor right here, and then I have another hole with a star washer and a little connector there, so I can hook up a ground. I was going to put the ground right here on there, but I didn't think of that idea till after I drilled that hole. So there you go. And you got to love my Wondermatic drill bit there. That was lovely. So anyway, but these are good. It's straight. So let's continue. So what I did is, with the idea of repurposing this, I'm just putting the faceplates on backwards. And I think I'm going to use this other SO239 panel mount so I can screw in some coax, and I'm going to put a little sniffer in here. Okay, so I can use that counter. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I'll either have to build a circuit, or I'll do a sniffer first. If that doesn't work, I'll just build a little circuit and tie in. So maybe. Anyway, and then I'm just going to mount this on the front, but you won't ever see that. Don't give me slack, or don't give me crap, guys. I was like 14 when I did this. So anyway, dude, 50 watts to me was like huge. That was huge when you're, just a young kid and you're scabbing stuff together. All right, enough is enough. Let's continue. All right, so I've got it put together, and I'm just going right off of the leads there. And we have 50.7 ohms on the meter. And I'm just checking for short circuit. I mean, that's a no-brainer, but anyway. All right, let's see what this says. Okay, so there we are. Blow some of that dust off of there, but yeah, that came out great. I just have the right amount of spuzz on there. God, I forgot the name of that stuff. Anyway. Okay, so that said 50.7, and when I ran it through the coax, and I'm running about 200 feet of jumper here. No, I actually have it like on a 9-foot jumper. That's the shortest thing I have. I thought I had a male-to-male. I was just going to plug it directly in, but I do not. So anyway, at 28 megs, And I'm not really sure about this thing, but anyway, at 28 megs, it says 47 ohms. And look at that SWR. It's still just flat, basically, a 1 to 0. That's what this says, anyway. If we want to get to 50 ohms, we're at, what about 42 megs right in there. Okay, but anyway, this is totally passable, right? So that's great. 113 megs. Now at this point, that could be coax length. I don't know, but anyway, so it's good. It's definitely good. 21 megs, 49. Oh yeah, look at this. For like, you want to check it out in the 20 meter band, you know. So we're looking good. So I'm happy. All right. So at this point, let's have a little fun. Let's put a little wattage into this puppy. Okay, so I've got it hooked up to a real radio, so we're good to go. We're on 27.255. I'm on FM because I get the highest power output from this on FM, which is just a hair over 45 watts, I believe. And we've got her all hooked up. Of course, as you saw earlier, we've got no mechanical issues or anything like that. Impedance seems to be okay. But yeah, let's do it. So let me get my microphone here where I can key it. So I'm transmitting right now, so let's just dial that in. Okay, remember at 45 watts. Did I get that right? Does that look right on camera? I'm trying to do two things here. Okay, we have an SRW of basically nothing. Okay, like I am not going to sweat that at all. I'm very happy with that. Okay, so let's get a wattage reading. So let's see here. Let me get the light over here. So we're going to be on this scale here. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay. And we're at 45 watts. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'll hold her on there and see how she goes heat-wise. Now, even though this is rated, oh yeah, that heatsink's doing its thing. It's, you know, it's just warm, that's all. But the heatsink is definitely doing its thing. Let me compare it to this. I wish I had my little temperature reading device. But anyway, yeah, this one's definitely warm. This one's obviously cold. So yeah, I mean, it's dissipating heat the way I wanted it to. So that's awesome. All right, so we have a great SWR. Actually, better than my 1500 watt bench dummy load there. This is considerably better. So I bought these on, well, believe it or not, Amazon. And I'll leave a link to these little suckers down in the description box. Go check them out. They're pretty cool. This one's 50 ohm, 250 watt. I believe you could buy different ones, but anyway, they'll be in the Amazon description box, I'm sure. But again, I just wanted something quick for this side of the bench. And, you know, I'm going to this is low power stuff over here, so it'll probably be 100 watts or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, that gives me plenty of leeway here. If I need a dummy load that goes higher than 250, then I'll just plug it into the big one on that side. The deal is this side right here is my quick check. And then this one over here, this side is more for testing and maintenance, service, and all of that into that 1500 watt load. But that's pretty cool. I'm extremely happy with that. Yep, cool. And as you can see, it's threaded. They're threaded in there. So, all right. Well, cool. Okay, so I have it back together, and I'm just kind of holding a 45 watt key down. So we're still at pretty much a flat SWR. Okay, we're going to go into, where are we here? Our wattage reading here. And I'm still keying up. Now the heatsink's getting warm. Yeah, it's definitely getting warm. It's dissipating heat, that's for real. So that works. That was something that I knew was gonna work out with these surface mount parts, and of course this is cold. Well, not cold, but it's room temperature. It's not warm, so we'll see if it goes up. Anyway, like I said, this is the only heatsink I had, but I also wanted to add a sniffing circuit to it, which I'm going to do. That'll be in another video. So I'm going to build a sniffer circuit and tie it into here, and then you'll be able to see that too. So anyway, and hopefully by then I'll do something with this front plate. I may make another one though. Like I say, the deal is I would like to reuse this. If I ever do decide to do a one pill or something, I'll have 3 May do me a little one pill or something. Now, this is like an old school trucker's amp from the 70s. And, you know, this is not optimum. So, it is what it is. But it's working, and it's working well. So, that's cool. Let's see. I wanted to show you something with this meter, too. So, this is... I don't know if you guys saw the video when I redid this Drake. But, I don't know. What was it? Last summer, I believe. Yeah, anyway, I didn't do any diodes or anything like that. I just basically cleaned it up. Did I do caps on that? I don't remember. Anyway, I'll have to go back and look. And then I painted it. But and it was a little off as well, out of tune. So here's what we have. So I'm just going to key this up. Oh, I can't. Come on. All right. Let me try this again. I'm going to key it up. And let's turn this power down to 20. Let me get my hand out of there. And we're going to go down here to 20. Come on, Mike. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Okay. So we're on this second scale up. We're at 20. Now we're at 200. So we're going to read this scale. This would be 10, 20, 40, 60, 100, and then increments to 200. As you can see, it's 20. And then now we're going to read the top scale, which is the 2000 watt scale. And these are in 20 watt increments. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. So when I did this originally, gosh, I don't remember. Medium. The 200 or the 2000 was way off. Way off. And so what I did is when I recalibrated this thing, I calibrated the 20 watt scale here and here, right? And I set, it's not lab spec, but anyway, I had the radio set at exactly 20, went over to the Bird with the same coax, everything, and that's what I got on the Bird. So I just kind of lucked out on that one, if memory serves correct. But anyway, and then I put 100 watts to it. And, of course, I couldn't use the 20 watt scale. And then I got that to read, because I did this at 20 and then 20, and then went to 100, double-checked it, same coax, everything, to 100, and then calibrated this scale here at 100. So then I just kind of had to shuck and jive back and forth a couple times, but I've got them all, so now they're all even. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm feeling that this is warmer up here, and the bottom half of the clamshell is actually cool. So it's working. Anyway, it's crude, but I've been dying to try out those little RF resistors. Yeah, so pretty cool. I'm way happy. Leave your questions and comments down below. Tell me what I should do with this. Be easy on me. All right, a little bonus footage. I just got through doing some testing on it. And basically what I was trying to do is to see if I could get it heated up, or what it was going to take to heat it up to a very uncomfortable temperature, and would the SWR hold? Because basically what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to test the device. So here's what I did. I set my timer on my phone here, and I went in 1 minute intervals. And what I did is I went from ice cold here, well, room temperature, cold, and I keyed up at the 45 watts. Oops. Okay. For 1 minute on, and then I unkeyed for 1 minute, keyed it back up again and let it run for 1 minute, constant, FM, and then unkeyed for a minute. And I did this cycle 4 times. 4 times. And this thing is hot. I mean, extremely hot. SWR never even flinched. Still exactly what it was. So anyway, I have confidence that this will be just fine for what I'm going to use it for. You know, if you double the power, you know, I can get 30-second cycles out of it at max, and I never really key anything up. I'm not building amplifiers. I don't key up high wattage devices for long periods of time. This was mostly for testing, and it's hot. But the heatsink's doing its job. It's dissipating heat. Now, here's the deal. If this was fan cooled or something and I could dissipate that heat better, we could raise those times up. I mean, that's obviously, but that's going to be a factor. So I think, and the reason why I was looking at SWR is because if the component itself was going to have issues with the heat and that kind of power, because it's a Chinese product, right? Then I would see something in the SWR value while I'm cycling it like this, but I didn't see it. So I think electrically, it's going to be great, and I think the stumbling point, or if you wanted to build one that took more power, closer to that 250 watt rating on that device in there, then you're going to want to physically cool it. So you would want to put it on a bigger heatsink, more than likely, and with a fan. Because then I believe you could get longer key down times out of it if you needed. I don't know why. Unless you're maybe checking devices or something to make sure they're not going to fail. But anyway, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. So I need to run up to the hardware store and get a couple more Allens. Apparently, I lost a couple. Not here, but back 45 years ago or whatever. And build the sniffer circuit. So stay tuned for that video. Thanks for watching, guys. Pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with this little project.